Hello, YouTube users. I am going to show you my free emotional core therapy app, which is scientifically proven to be the most effective app and model in the world for anxiety disorders. This could be any type of disorders like PTSD, panic disorders, social anxiety, etc. And I'm going to dive right into the process here so you can see for yourself. Why is it so successful? It treats the root cause of stress every time. Let's go first to the settings section so you learn about the About Us, which describes the app right here. This talks about why this app is special and how to use it. The trick to using the app is to process some minor stresses in your life that cause you fear or anxiety or dread. It's all the same name for the one word of going towards something you don't like. And this About Us section has a description of joy, grief, fear, and relief, which are the four true emotions. Anger is just a reaction to grief, so it's on there too. So we can really learn to monitor our body and mind for stress, and that's what we're doing here. Stress is the temporary arousal of one of the four emotions: joy, grief, fear, or relief. They evolve from entering or leaving relationships. The emotions are a navigation tool in life. We want joy, we want relief, we don't want grief and fear. So this app today, we're going to talk about how to deal with fear or anxiety and how to treat it. Why is this so absolutely successful? It treats the root cause of stress. So watch this real quick here, how we dive right into the process. So what is causing you stress today? Well, I'm going to look at an example of a patient of mine that was stressed out because they were afraid of their boss. Boss was yelling at him. So put down boss yelling at me at work. At me at work. So that's your situational stress, all right? So and what's the relationship you're entering and leaving? It's a workplace stress. And as you can see, you can use this for anything. And what happens is you can talk or write into this app using the voice activation system we have here too. I just typed in the answers, which is fine. It kind of slows your mind down a little bit. But we can do talk or write it. So what is the predominant need of someone or something that's causing you stress? So in this case, with the boss yelling at him, it was a little bit financial. She's worried about her job, the cost of losing her job. Physical, he was kind of close to her, but really mostly was emotional. Emotional needs of her boss demanding on her that she couldn't meet was causing her stress. And if we want to dive deeper into what's causing someone stress, because we can use this app for anything, addictions, depression, anxiety, we can go to the internet and research what exactly goes on with us. So for example, let's look at workplace stress on the internet just to research this. Stress causes. So we just go right there, causes, and you'll see that workplace conditions that causes stress. We can look at right there and we can type and paste all this stuff. Long hours, heavy workload, change within the organization, tight deadlines. These are all things that cause people stress. So we can actually cut and paste this out if we want, which is just fascinating. So we cut and paste this, copy it, close out this section right here, and we put it right into the app. This app is fascinating work for addictions, which, underlying most addictions, there's also stress, anxiety, and grief too. So we can cut and paste that right there into the app, the things we've discussed right there. Let's do it again, boom, boom, boom. And then we go to the next section. What senses are being aroused? Your senses are aroused every time you have stress. So this time, with the boss yelling at you, you're seeing it, you're hearing it. And so we can go to the next model, the next section. Basically, this app asks you 7 basic questions every time you have stress. And these 7 questions are the root cause of all types of stress. So what emotion is being aroused in this encounter? The 4 emotions are joy, grief, fear, relief. They arouse the central nervous system. We rate them from 1 to 10. Obviously, we want joy, we want relief. We don't want grief and fear. And you have to get used to that in your body, what's causing you stress. And so this time she's very upset about this. She has like an 8 out of 10, almost an 8 out of 10 on her stress. She has symptoms of feeling nervous, irritable, on edge, having a sense of impending danger, panic, or doom. It's important to learn how to monitor your body for this. This is straight from the Diagnostic Criteria Manual Disorders book, which all therapists use for dealing with stress. So the symptoms of stress are in here for fear and grief, which is fascinating. So we go to the next step, the process. Stress reverberates throughout the mind and body, goes through the brain and the central nervous system, muscles and tendons. This is an automatic step for most people. There's really, again, only 5 or 6 basic steps to the process. Where do you feel this stress? Well, you can feel it anywhere. Everybody's different. But let's say she feels it on her chest. So we write that down here. We can use it. We can talk to the app the whole time. We can just do this. Use the voice activation system right here. I'm feeling stress on my chest. So we type that in. And the next stress is, how do you release this stress? Well, how do we release it? We talk it out and write it out. I'm stressed about my boss. About my boss yelling at me. and the stress is an authentic emotion is fear. So we're getting used to that time and time again. From the time you're born to the time you die, we have stress, which is one of the four emotions. And so it's very important and critical in life that we honor and learn from these emotions because we're going to have them our whole life. This is a wonderful app for like military people that are facing lots of stress related to, PTSD and bombs, shooting off guns, etc. This is also good for school-age kids that have stress related to teachers putting demands on them, etc. So the next step, there's really only 7 steps to the process, but most psychology techniques like this use a resetting button. So the resetting button we're using here is mindfulness. Just take a deep breath and learn to relax. Let's watch this video now. The more you can stay calm, you make better decisions. Most people make 1 to 3 to 500 relationship choices a day, and some of these choices can cause us a great deal of stress, which is anxiety or fear. It could be grief, or it could be joy or relief. So we're going to watch this video to learn to stay calm and calm ourselves down.
Let your mind relax and daydream. Whatever thoughts come and go in your mind, simply observe them as if from a distance. Notice your breathing. Breathe in through the nose for a count of 3, and out through a count of 6. Feel yourself slowly regaining yourself from the stress of the outside world. When you reach a calm state of being, click on the icon below to end the 8-step process.
Okay, so we go back to the home section. You don't have to watch the video for the whole time, but it's nice to calm yourself down. Maybe you just want to use the 7 steps every time, which is a fascinating feature of this to kind of make it quicker. We have a 1-hour training video that goes through about 10 to 15 examples of how people deal with the 8-step process. We have a link to my books, my 8 books that I've written, which give stories of how I've treated people with stress. Emotional core therapy is a CEU course. It has been for the last 7 years, so I train professionals on that right here. You can go on to Amazon and read a free section of the book for free, so you can learn how it works. Then we have journal articles that are teaching tools right here. So we have articles on happiness. You can monitor your happiness, which is a goal of nearly all humans. We can monitor. You can use the journal article on depression and addictions. All that stuff is right there. You just pull them right up. Let's go back to the home section. The home section also has links to my Amazon page, my research articles on ResearchGate, my blog, and my website. So it's a wonderful process to learn to deal with stress. We all have it from time to time. It's important, especially for our young people, to embrace this process and learn to release stress. I say catharsis is king. Learn to cleanse your soul every day. Just like you're brushing your teeth and you're getting the germs out of your teeth, you also have to brush the emotions off and release them so they don't wear on your body and mind. Thank you.